Welcome back to Crash and Edy. I'm Edy. Crash,
Yes.
I know you are super jacked up today.
Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Oh, on this beautiful inauguration day.
Yeah, we got the vaccines are all coming out. Everybody's just happy, man. It's just
Finally, our guy Joe Biden got in. Man,
he's
it's about time.
yeah, everything's gonna be just perfect now.
Double
No more
mask.
fighting. Yeah, no more fighting. No more arguing with people. It's all everything's gonna be nice and smooth now.
Yeah, it sounds pretty positive overall. I mean, it sounds like there's really. What virus?
Yeah, yeah.
Other than the 100-day mandate. The 100-day national mandate on day one. Other than that, we're good.
Yeah, and, some of the cabinet choices just outstanding, very qualified people. It's everything's going to get a lot better. We
Yeah,
just need to we just need to be united as a people. That's all.
yeah, that's it. Just everyone be on the same page, and it's good stuff. Just be on the same page. Don't express yourself too much.
Well, it was a very smooth transition to a new administration, and um, yeah,
Yeah, it's now. You guys know as an audience that we don't get into politics on this channel, so this is just a special day
very
that
special.
yeah, and Crash wanted to celebrate, so I didn't want to let him down. Let's roll with this.
Yeah,
So
and let's get into some crypto.
yeah, true freedom, hey.
Uh huh.
Um, so Ethereum, right?
Six
Hovering.
hundred ninety percent this year.
How much?
690% growth this year in the last 12 months.
690. That just reeks of a new asset class.
Yeah.
So, and that's hovering near all-time highs, right?
And that's followed up the second largest one, at least in the top 20 market cap, would be Chainlink coming in at 682% over the last year, which is the biggest ER20 token on the Ethereum platform.
Yeah. So that's like a 6xer, right? And boy,
hmm
you look out in crypto, what is 6x? It's
That's
nothing.
nothing.
It's
Nope.
nothing. Some of these
Nope.
will hit thousands of times returns. Thousands.
Yep.
So be patient, people. Buy and hold. And on that note, not financial advice. No, no. This is just
Oh,
for entertainment purposes only.
and education
And a whole lot of education, right?
and news and things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
We'll have some fun. We'll occasionally, because, cryptos they cut around the edge of politics, right? Actually, they cut right through it with the central banks. They cut right through it because
Yeah.
the real government's it's really not the president. It's the central bankers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So other cryptos of note that I'm seeing, you can bring some up, Crash, but I see VeChain up to 3.3 centavos. That's these are records. That's
Yep.
record highs for that one. I know the VThor token is up there too. That's up in the 0.0015s or so, which is records too. That's
Mhm.
VThor is what VeChain spins off as a type of. You could kind of look at it as a dividend, but it's just basically it's gas that if you hold VeChain, you automatically get VThor.
Really? I'm not familiar with that.
Really?
How do you get it?
That's it. We got to pull it up. We're going to pull it up. While my
All
friend
right.
says, don't let's not get into what my friend's doing. Um Here's the VThor chart. It is, let's see, what is it at? 0.001418. When you hold this, you just accumulate VThor. You'll just see it. It'll just start accumulating, basically. Unless,
Uh,
if it's
in what
on,
wallet?
huh?
Okay, so if a friend of mine has VeChain
Yeah.
on, let's say, crypto.com or Coinbase, so they should automatically, an account should pop up, a wallet should pop up with this VThor.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
when did this start?
And if it's not popping up, then the exchange is getting it. So, they also have their own wallet. That's a pretty decent wallet. I've looked at it. I get into wallets a lot, and I did
I know.
download it. So it looks,
Mhm.
it's very extensive. Actually, it's one of the most sophisticated wallets I've ever seen. Actually, because they get into the whole ecosystem of VeChain, and but in that wallet, it's automatically there too. So that they have a really, their wallet blew away Cardano's. I mean, it blew it away. It made it look
Hmm.
silly. Yeah, yeah. Check it out.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, just go to. I mean, I didn't think we were gonna get into a full out coin review, but all right. I guess we can do that. No, but just go to VeChain. Where do we got here? Go to this is the VeChain website, vchain.org, and it talks about it just go there and you can download their wallet from there, and it's they have the VThor wallet, but my friends use the Sync wallet is one that I was talking about. That's the one I've looked at. It's
Hmm.
yeah, it's real nice. So check it out if you like some V chain. So,
Hmm.
so yeah, you know what V chain solves and everything. You're up on V chain, right, Crash?
Yeah, yeah, quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay. I mean that problem that they're solving is so significant. It's I mean, if you can get rid of, all the knocking off of brands, just that problem alone, and that's one of many. Um,
Hmm.
it's just such a massive market, you know. The
Yeah,
only
the
thing,
forgery of the brand forgery.
yeah, brand forging, but you get into pharmaceuticals, you get into anything that's trackable. Any purchase of anything that's traceable, they're going to get into. I mean, it is a
Mm.
massive, massive market. The only thing that I'm not the biggest on is it's out of that country. That's we're
China.
struggling with right now, China. So,
Yeah.
but it's global. I mean, we're in a global society, so I don't know. That's how I kind of justify it. But anyway, so what's on your mind other than that, Crash? What do you got? Any tokens you want to bring to our attention?
Um,
We got
hmm.
Litecoin's around 150. I mean, everything's we're just under a trillion market cap, right? Bitcoin's
Yeah,
pulled back. It's around 35. Totally
yeah,
healthy.
yeah. Ethereum almost hit or did they hit a high yesterday? I think it was pretty close if they didn't.
Over the last
Or
couple
the day
days, they did
before.
over 14. Yeah, I think that they basically hit their lifetime high right around there.
Yeah.
So
So, and that's very similar to what Bitcoin did at 20,000, and then It consolidated a little bit and then boom to 40, from
Right.
20 to 40. So we may see that with Ethereum. All of a sudden, it's going to consolidate and then boom from 14 to 28 or 3,000.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, let's do a quick USDC check. We're at 5.25 billion. So we'll just see if that continues to inflate. My take is as that inflates, the whole asset class continues to come to life because,
Yeah.
that's a. What are your thoughts on Tether? I mean, we could easily do a show on Tether, but it's just would get so doggone dry. But what do you think of
Yeah.
Tether? Where are you at with
That's the
that?
thing. I'm not anywhere with Tether. I really don't pay much attention to it. I'm not a big fan of the stable coins. I don't use them, so
Right.
my attention just isn't there.
Right. So
It is,
Tether,
it is. Yeah, it's so dry.
right. I mean, it's still at a dollar, coming in at a dollar today, so that looks good.
Oh yeah, it's around $1, huh? Oh.
But the circulating supply, I just look at them because you see them blowing up and what's going on, and Tether really is not one to one backed by the U.S. dollar. Supposedly, there's a law that stablecoins are supposed to be backed by the sovereign currency. Okay, and this one clearly isn't. So that's the thing. Is there going to be a? It's how Tether could affect possibly Bitcoin and the whole crypto space. That's my concern with it. I don't get with the risk involved with it why anyone would ever use it, but apparently a lot of people do. So
Yeah. If I was doing a lot of trading where I was moving in and out of currencies, I'd be different. Maybe I'd use it, but
yeah,
I've I've never owned Tether.
yeah, I haven't either. Nor has my friend.
No, I mean,
So Dash 119. Anyways, so yeah, stuff's
yeah.
moving along. Algo's at 51. That hit almost 62. So that's kind of coming to life. Zill 7.3. So, anyways, let's hit some news stuff.
Yeah. What do you got?
Let's hit some news stuff here. This is the scariest thing that I'm seeing, and I just wonder what they're going to do. Janet Yellen says
Oh,
cryptocurrencies are concern in terrorist financing.
yeah,
That
yeah.
narrative just gets
I'm worried
worse.
about some of my friends who own cryptocurrency because they might be considered terrorists.
Yeah. And for money laundering, I mean, no one uses cash to money launder. It's all crypto. That makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah, banks don't, they don't participate. JP Morgan, I mean, it's just they're
Which,
clean. They don't manipulate anything at any point.
no,
So,
they're
anywho,
they're essence, innocence, and perfect angels.
yes. So, anyways, but I am concerned because they're more and more coming out like they're gonna do something about Bitcoin. Are they gonna let Bitcoin get to, let's say, a 5 trillion market cap? Boy. Mm. But
I don't
then,
know. I mean, can one come? I mean, it's got a world. I'm not even. Yeah,
you cut
yeah.
out a
I
little
mean, in
bit
the
there.
IMF is the same way. In
Right.
the eurozone, it's all.
They're all acting together, aren't they?
Yeah, this is banking cartels.
So we'll see. But then on the other side, it's like, can they stop it? And are they going to stop it when there's futures on it? I mean, that's the
I don't
thing. You
know.
you have futures and all sorts of financial products. BlackRock's in the game. Let's check out Decrypt real quick here because they had something about BlackRock. I think.
Yeah, they did. What was it?
Did you read that?
I did.
Decrypt. Yeah, right on the homepage.
Yeah,
BlackRock.
BlackRock may start trading Bitcoin futures in its
Yeah.
funds.
So that's interesting. So yeah, Bitcoin's going to zero for sure. Yeah. I heard an interview with Alarian, Muhammad Alarian, and he was saying, I should have queued that up for you guys, but basically he was saying, there's such a base now that the odds that it's going to go down to Bitcoin is going to go down to like 4 or 5,000, probably not, but also the odds that it goes to like 1 million, that the central banks allow that, it's probably not going to happen. It would be this.
They may use their own new.
Say that again, Crash. You cut out.
Go ahead. I was
Oh my gosh, more
the
tech.
big megaphone to announce announce big moves or regulations to drive the market down, so them and their buddies can all dump in some more.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is that going on? Might be.
I don't know.
So, ran across a video with Cathy Wood. So let's listen to this. And this is really about value versus growth investing. And we've seen a lot of growth investing. A lot of people say, "Oh, we're coming up. It's going to be a massive crash and all this stuff." I mean, if they stop pouring money and juice in the market, okay, but do you see that happening anytime soon?
Not anytime soon. No.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll link this video below. Give it a look at it. But let's play it real quick for a second here.
You trap over time will be X growth, will be negative growth, and we think that innovation, staying on the right side of change, is going to be ever more important during the years ahead. We believe if you give us a 5-year time horizon, that ARK is a deep value manager. The difference between linear growth and exponential growth, when your time horizon moves from 1.5 years to 5 years, is night and day. And that's the arbitrage we are playing. We know that the great value investors understand how much book value is at risk out there. They also understand that high dividend yields are really in a bubble, I would say, high dividend yielding stocks, because of the search for yield out there. There's a desperate search for yield. And they also understand that they must consider intangible assets as well as fixed assets if they really want to understand who's going to win at this innovation game. So we embrace
of value relative to growth. For instance, if you use price to book value in history, in relative performed growth by about 50. It turns out what the growth crowd overlooks is that while value has underperformed growth by about 50 percentage points in the last 13 years, the biggest drawdown in relative performance, the longest drawdown in history, in relative performance, is accompanied by about a 60% drop in relative cheapness of value relative to growth. For instance, if you use price to book value, the slump is 55% since mid-2007. And the price to book value of value stocks relative to growth stocks has fallen from 1/4 as expensive as growth stocks to 1/12 as expensive as growth stocks. That erosion is a drop of 2/3 in relative valuation. So what does all this mean? Suppose you have a stock that's fallen in value by half and its PE ratio has fallen by 2/3. Well, that means the earnings have grown, and meanwhile the price has tumbled. Do you look at that and say, I can't stand the pain, get me out of here? Or do you look at that and say, I can't believe how cheap this is? I need to top up. And if I can possibly persuade my investors to buy We're in the only major business in the global macroeconomy where customers hate bargains. Imagine Tiffany's puts up a banner sign saying post-COVID sale, everything marked up 20%. And people bash down the doors to get in. And Cartier across the street, banner sign, post-COVID sale, everything 20% off. And people shun Cartier because there's got to be something wrong with the product if they're discounting it. That's the way people in the investing world tend to think. And so when people say, I can't miss on the enormous opportunity represented by FANG-type stocks and the tech sector, look how well they thrived and prospered during the COVID mess. Look how well positioned they are for the changes in human behavior that'll come after COVID is finished. I can't miss out on that. Well, the simple fact is that whole narrative is right, except for what are you paying for those companies? At its peak, Tesla was briefly worth more than twice as much as Toyota. Toyota makes 30 times as many cars as Tesla. Toyota has never had a losing year since the 1970s. And Toyota is priced very rich by automotive standards at $20,000 per car that they've produced in the last decade. $20,000 per car valuation for a company? That sounds pretty rich to me. What's Tesla's equivalent? It was at $500,000 per car they have ever produced. That is a big bet on their future growth. Do I think they're going to prosper as a business? Do I think they're going to grow into fields other than automotive? Of course. Are they going to be an important part of our future? I think so. But do I want to pay $500,000 per car they've ever produced to be part of that? No, I don't. So
yeah, that's interesting.
There's that. So my thing is, what is crypto, growth or value?
Ooh.
You know, I don't see how you can look at crypto, although sure there's some
both.
Huh?
It's both.
Yeah. But in general, I mean, when you look at an asset that is disinflationary, right? In a lot of cases, you can't print more of it. Just like stocks, you can, Tesla can float. They can double their shares next month if they want,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I mean, I think there's just a ton of value. I mean, it is. It's and again, it's a new asset class, so you really can't define it like anything, right? And it is weird because you do.
It's going to have supercharged, let me say it again, supercharged growth for the next 5 to 10 years just because of new money flowing into this new asset class. But overall, long term, it's a value play for sure.
Right. And strange enough, I mean, a lot of these now, you can totally get cash flow from it. Look at VeChain. VeChain's like 1% for just sitting on it. And you could have bought at 1 cent months ago, or less. So here's 300% plus 1% cash flow coming off. Algo's like 7%. Now with DeFi coming out, I mean, you can stake all these. You got Ethereum, that's 5%. So it is. That's why we're into it so much, right? Because it's a weird new asset class that you just once in a lifetime we're gonna get this,
Yep.
Pretty cool. So people, do not give up on this. Don't be fooled. There's a ton of FUD out there, right? It's always the fear with everything. Oh, Bitcoin, is it going to go to zero? They're going to ban it.
Yeah, I mean, just like, I can get 5% for Cardano right now.
Yeah.
APY.
Do you stake that? Do you stake Cardano?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for my friends, yeah. And
Right.
Tezos also over 5%.
Yeah.
Um, Trying to look at what else.
And there is too. I mean, that's why you're going to see cash flowing into it too, because like Cathy Wood said, and she's smart, man. I mean, you look into her stuff. She manages a lot of money, and she's super smart. And there is just desperation for yield out there. They're just
Mm-hmm.
desperate for it. You know, there's no place to
Yep.
put your money and get yield. You know, it's
Not in the current conditions. Not when you get almost negative interest rates.
no, and all these gold bugs. It's fascinating to watch that, right? Because it's like, oh, put your money into gold. Unfortunately, that whole market's manipulated. It'll go up at some point when they're ready for it to, and only when they're ready for it to.
Yeah.
So play that game with JP Morgan. That's a fun one.
All right.
I mean, why is gold sitting at 1,800 under these conditions, these global conditions that we've never seen in a century? It's ridiculous. You know, when I think if that market was loose, it'd be 5 to 10 grand. But you know,
Well, and they'd be digging more up too. All the mining
yeah,
would take off at that price.
yep, yep. They'll do I think they are gonna do a reset at some point, like a price reset for gold. I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Do you believe in that, Chris?
I don't have any thoughts on that. I mean, there's going to be a reset overall of the whole financial system, which
Right, right.
will include that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
or encompass it.
Yep, and that's what this channel's really about, seeing people through this reset. You know what I mean? That's kind of what we've envisioned, is take people through the most significant thing that's going to happen financially in our lifetimes, you know?
Yeah.
And on the other side, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So,
Yeah, and I think crypto is going to be a big part of that. I mean,
yeah.
it's yeah. If you're not in, if people aren't getting some exposure in cryptocurrency, I think they're really, really, really missing the boat, and
Yeah.
it's gonna haunt them later.
Yeah, follow the money, people. It's out. You see everyone getting into it. These companies, and not just buying the cryptos, but getting into the tech chain, the technology of blockchain. You know,
Yeah,
and
it's a beautiful, beautiful technology.
yep. And just remember, there is no blockchain without crypto. The two go hand in hand. Period. That's it. Don't think you can. Oh, I like blockchain, but I don't like crypto. So
Mm-mm.
hit the like
No.
and subscribe, people. We need that. We got to keep growing our audience. It's gone ballistic lately, but it's still kind of
Dun, dun,
slow.
dun, 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 dun.
Don't get down, people. We're going to have some fun, man. If you don't think this administration is going to be entertaining, I think you're nuts.
Uh,
So, and
yeah,
that's what we
they're going
got
to
to
be
look
very
at.
entertaining and very friendly to everybody.
Yes, entertaining and friendly. Just do as you're told, and we'll get through this together. So, well, Crash, let's end this, man. We're coming up on 30 minutes. We can still make it out if we hurry.
Okay, let's do it. Let's wrap it up and shoot for another broadcast here in a few days.
Yep, we'll try to have one more out by the end of the week. So we'll see what happens with everything, and keep your eye on the ball, people. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, congratulations to the Biden-Harris administration. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful 4 years with you folks in charge.
Yep, exactly. Crash gets it. He knows.
I love you guys.
Love you guys. Over and out, Crash and Edy. Talk to you soon, people.
Bye, everybody.
Crash.
Okay, what do you think? Yeah.
I think we nailed that one, kind of. You're just
Yeah,
down.
I'm just reeling, dude. I'm
You're
just like,
down. That's why
I'm ready.
I didn't mean to overspeak you, man. So I'm still working on
No, it's
shutting up.
okay. I still don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Hang in there, man. I think you should refrain from doing the triple mask. I know you're thinking about that, man, and doing it at night when you sleep. Just think about it, man.
I don't think 2 masks are enough, man. I think you need at least 3 because it just makes sense.
I guess.